So we all know that dying is a topic that not many people want to discuss about. So this quote written by Alan says, "I'm not afraid to die. I don't want to be there when it happens." So I agree with this quote because of 3 reasons that I'm going to be outlining for you guys today. And one is that he's not afraid of death himself, but he's scared of what it's going to leave onto his loved ones. 2 is that he doesn't want to leave in a painful death, and he doesn't want to be there, so he just wants to have like a slow death where it's like he doesn't have to feel the pain, so like kind of like a fast death. And then 3 is probably the effects that it would just have on the world if he does pass away. So my first topic is that he's afraid that like his loved ones, it's gonna leave a really big effect on his loved ones. So for example, like if he had kids or like his family, then he doesn't really mind death himself because maybe this guy's been through a lot and he doesn't feel that he's scared to die necessarily, but he's more afraid of how his loved ones are gonna feel without him being there. And then 2 was that, I mean, if he leaves in like a really painful death and he's just struggling the whole entire time, kind of like when it's a slow death, he just kind of saying he doesn't want to be there when it happens at all. He just wants it to be fast. He doesn't want to be there. He wants it to be like as if maybe, for example, if he just gets shot and he just kind of dies right there, instead of maybe like having cancer or having a slow death. And then 3rd one is maybe if this guy had a really big impact on the whole entire world, then his death would leave a huge impact on the whole like society himself, because he might not be necessarily afraid of his own death, but he's just, I think what the quote is trying to say is that he's just scared of what's going to happen to everybody else when he leaves.
Well, I thought you managed to come up with a thesis and some supporting structure pretty quickly, so you did okay there. It is a little strange that you make the speech about just this one particular person instead of making it a more general kind of statement about life, about yourself, about other people that you know. You don't know who this person is, and so you're having to kind of make it a hypothetical thing. This is really more metaphorical in nature. Should we really be afraid of death? What kind of death should we prefer? What is it that we are afraid of in actuality? And you kind of try to particularize it to a specific individual that you don't know, so it's going to be hard for you to talk about any detail on that. Whereas if you talked about yourself or talked about humanity in general, I think you'd find it's easier to come up with things to express an opinion on. So organizationally, I thought you did a good job. Content-wise, the content gets a little bit underdeveloped. You are looking at the quote the whole time, hoping that ideas will come to you while you're reading. I think that's a problem. You don't really engage the audience. Your voice is okay, it projects adequately, and there's some variety in it while you're speaking, which is effective. But again, I think this is one of those things where if you'd gotten an idea about what it was that you wanted to say and had thought about it a little bit more, you probably would sound a little bit more engaged while you were speaking to us. So there's almost no audience contact. The facial expressions are very limited. There are only a couple of gestures in the presentation, so that I think hurts a little bit. But you did better than I think you thought you were going to do. And like I said, I think you've got the structural thing down pretty well. So let's just now follow up, do that again the next time. Only, don't try to focus so much on this one particular. Remember, these are supposed to be kind of an opening into how you see the world, not necessarily how Alan sees the world. All right, thank you.